Welcome to your inspirational astrology horoscope for the weekend of October 24th, 25th, and 26th, 2014. I'm astrologer David Palmer, the Leo King, here to illuminate the collective consciousness. If you missed my spiritual house sessions yesterday, I have a download for the MP3 below at the description box of my YouTube video, or if you want to watch the video, it was so much fun, there's a link for that down below. And before we take a look at the planets, let's take a look at the Leo King Planet Energy Meter to get a read on where the energy is going to be this weekend. There's so much going on. So where do you think that I am placing the meter? Especially after this solar eclipse, it is definitely still in the extreme. Let's go through what the planets are going to do this weekend because there is a lot still happening. So if you think you've been through the full shift yet, this is the weekend that closes the shift completely. As let's look at this first. Friday, the moon's still in Scorpio, so technically we're still in this new moon cycle. Yes, the official eclipse has finished, but it's still lingering on and going deep. We also have the Sun and Venus, which are going to follow each other all weekend in Scorpio, and the official conjunction's happening right now. So this is a weekend getting very deep in relationship aspects, what we're manifesting. You know, Scorpio is such an intense sign. It goes very deep. It is the darkest sign that brings the most intense light to things. And the only way to bring light is going in the dark. So it's about getting dirty and getting in those emotions and getting in those true feelings and not being afraid. A lot of this has to do with facing your own fears. The moon's there Friday, so we need to really dig deep, and it's a really good place Friday. So I think Friday's a day to really go deep in yourself and to really start to process what the universe has brought you to this place in your life with. There's a lot to uncover. There's a lot to bring light to. And remember, Mercury is about to go direct coming into the weekend. So Friday's the last day of this deep retrograde processing as Mercury is dead stop Friday, going stationary, retrograde, and getting ready to go stationary direct. So Friday's that day of a paradoxical kind of place internally in yourself, digging deep. It'll be good to research a lot of your feelings and to go and see what the message from Spirit has been through this eclipse. And as the Sun and Venus are conjuncting, the last time they conjuncted with Venus going direct was in March of 2013. It was actually March 31st to April 1st of 2013. So look at that weekend back then and see if you met somebody, if you really figured out a lot about relationships, because I guarantee you there's some positive aspects there. And this weekend, with relationships and with things that you're manifesting, it's all coming back to that sort of energy. The last time the Sun and Venus conjuncted technically was with the retrograde that happened, I think it was like January 13th of 2014. So it's been a long time, right? It's been 10 plus months since we've had the conjunction, and it's been over a year and a half since with it direct. So this is a very unique weekend, especially coming off an eclipse with relationships intensely. On top of all that, Saturday, Mercury goes direct. So finally, we're coming out of this long 3-week period of what the hell's going on? What is happening in your life? Questions. Mercury's coming direct to really plow through and understand what's been going on. On top of all that, Mars is on its last weekend of being in Sagittarius, the sign of positivity and searching and optimism. And Mars comes into Capricorn on Sunday, which is all about going for the mountain. Mars is exalted in Capricorn, loves to be there. So when you think the hike is, tired you out right now, we are about to truly go on the hike and really move into things. But it is Friday, Saturday that I think is the deepest of the weekend with a lot of internal processing. The moon will come over Saturn on Saturday. And it is, well, that's where I'm putting it. If you didn't know, Saturday came from Saturn Day. But it's like big internal aspects of seeing where the blocks are, because Saturn is the one that likes to block things and to restrict. And when it's in an intense sign like Scorpio, where are the blocks that are coming in between that intensity, that connection, that dynamic desire? There's a lot to get to the bottom of still. This eclipse has highlighted it all, and this Sun-Venus is highlighting how to Venus is at its detriment, not at the best position. Venus in Scorpio isn't about fluffiness and, all the happy smiles. It's about unveiling what's the blocks, what's not, causing the connection, what's not causing things. It's about really letting the feelings out. But this is, just one of those very unique weekends with destiny and karma regarding relationships and getting to the bottom of yourself and feeling good about yourself. And a lot of questions starting to be answered this weekend with Mercury coming direct. On top of that, the moon comes into Sagittarius late into Saturday night. So I feel that it's going to be Saturday night into Sunday that really opens things up for everybody and really gets people excited with Mars moving, the moon coming into Sag to open things up, adding some fantasy as it squares over to Neptune. Might be a little confusing, but I think there's a release that really fully comes on Sunday. But you have to see that it is Friday and Saturday where the extreme energy is just so extreme and internal and deep down and lots of processing. Big decisions by Saturday with it coming conjunct with Saturn. Serious aspects coming in too. I think that the more exciting and fun is the blow through into the weekend. And of course with Scorpio, it's intense, it's all in, it's dynamic, it's unveiling, it's uncovering. This is also the darkest of the signs. So with all this energy here Friday into Saturday, you got to fight that darkness that can overcome you, that depression, that emotional, dump, because we're going through it. Venus is there with the sun to remind you that there are people around, that there are positive aspects around in your own value systems and reminding yourself the value in yourself, but you're going to have to dig deep to pull it out. And this is definitely a weekend that'll test you very much because the karma really clears. And it's almost like the universe put us through so much intensity. And then boom, it just starts to really settle down as the days continue, but especially as we step into Sunday. The card of the weekend is, really good card. The 8 of Wands upright. This is where we got to move things. Things need to move. We need to get off of positions. Energy in Scorpio can kind of sit on it really intense and not want to let go emotionally. We need to keep things moving this weekend, positive, flowing, and everything is flying in our life. Good, positive things. It's also a weekend where love could really spark. This is definitely where things just fly. And it's almost like the universe is getting us the hell out of this intense energy that we have all gone through. Of course, it will still remain. We have a Pluto-Uranus square happening, a Jupiter-Saturn square happening, but that's not so personal. It's things we're working on in the background. But you're going to see this more internal, personal aspect of things. Really, you have gone through, if you can make it to Sunday spiritually, you have gone through the most intense aspects of this year. Check out my website, inclusiveastrology.com, if you have any questions or if you want to have a one-on-one reading. Thank you so much for all of your support, and I will see you on Monday.